Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/entitled people. In today's episode, lady on the bus scolds me for sitting because I'm young and healthy and demands that I give up my seat. Park and pick up only spaces? Now you can wait to leave. Everyone thought I was the Karen. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Lady on the bus scolds me for sitting because I'm young and healthy and demands that I give up my seat. I suffer from chronic illnesses and chronic back plus hip pain. I rarely take the bus because it's less painful to drive myself or to have someone drive me for my back. I get on the bus and find an open seat, so I sit down. At the next stop, some entitled Karen, EK, gets on the bus and stands next to me with a displeased look on her face. EK, excuse me? Me, hello, do you need something? EK, you know that there are older people on the bus who need to sit? People like me. Me, I'm sorry, there are probably other seats in the back. I really need that seat. EK, stop talking this nonsense, you're a healthy young girl who is clearly healthy. I need to sit. Me, I might look healthy, but I'm not, and young people can be ill too. So please leave me alone. People start to look at us because she is huffing and puffing loudly. EK, today's youth is so spoiled. You need to learn to respect your elders. Then she literally tried to sit on top of me? Me, stop it, lady. Get away from me, I don't want you to touch me. EK, get off the seat and we'll both be happy. You don't need it. This lady, half of her fat ass on top of me, started to make herself comfortable on me. At this point, I was in a shit ton of pain and screaming at her to get away from me whilst holding back tears from the pain. The bus driver had to stop to have her removed. A girl from my class came and comforted me even though she barely knows me. Happy end, I guess? But still, how do people just decide to sit on top of a person just to get what they want? That is why you named her an entitled Karen. I too am sick with ovarian cancer stage 4, but everyone looks at me and state the same thing. You look so healthy, what do you mean you have cancer? I am sorry to hear you are experiencing such negative energies. I'm sorry to hear that. Best wishes for you. The same shit happens to me all the time. I'm a person with low vision and I suffer from hearing loss. My eyesight is only 20/150 in the better eye. However, I don't use a white cane or anything like that because I've been coping with low vision since I was born. I'm kinda agile as a disabled person. So people will think I'm healthy when they see me. When I go to restaurants or stores, I always get ignored. I'm just standing there and struggling with reading the menu over the counter, and it's only when I raise my voice that someone finally assists me. Even if the OP didn't have pain and illness, she still had the right in the seat. Heck, if I were in that situation, where some lady were to sit on me, I'd immediately push them, screaming at the top of my lungs to get off me. If she made a fuss of assault, you can point out she was sitting on top of you. The only way it's okay for a human to sit in you is if it's a young child you allow on your lap. I feel this. I am 33 and look completely healthy. But I have chronic illnesses that cause me to be in constant pain. If I stand too long, my legs have a tendency to give out on me, and the next thing I know I am on the ground. There is no way on it, but I would be able to stand, period. Either my legs would give out due to pain and weakness, or one good sharp turn or stop and I would lose footing and crash into something or someone. I don't care who you are, your age doesn't entitle you to assault someone. Which is what she did by putting all her weight on you. Someone did that to me, and their body would be covered in scratches, and they would be missing clumps of hair. I'm sorry this happened to you. I hate it when entitled people assume you're healthy just because you don't show any outward signs of health issues. I, 27, use a cane to get around, and the amount of older people who scoff, side-eye, or just get pissed off because I exist is a lot. I usually hit M with, I didn't know this was the geriatric Olympics, but okay. Park and pick up only spaces? Now you can wait to leave. Some context: my local Wally World has 4 spaces at the front of their parking lot reserved for curbside pickup from the pharmacy and 4 reserved for curbside pickup of online orders. All 8 spaces are individually marked and have the appropriate phone number to call for your order. As you can imagine, being so close to the door, there are those who think that the spaces are for their convenience. That being said, I had to stop at Wally World a few days ago to pick up a couple of meds from the pharmacy. It was sometime between 4 and 5 in the afternoon and hotter than heck. The heat was making me a bit grumpy, and this was my last stop of the day before going home, so I really just wanted to get it over with. You can imagine how irritated I was find that all 4 of the pharmacy spaces and all 4 of the online pick-up spaces were taken up by parked, unoccupied cars. I just lost my cool. I was so aggravated that I decided a bit of petty revenge was in order, so I pulled my car up so that I was on one side of the aisle, other cars could get by, but was blocking in the first 3 unoccupied vehicles. I put my car in park and called the pharmacy pickup number. The associate who answered asked me where I was parked, and I explained exactly where I was. There was no way she couldn't find me. LOL. After a pause, she sweetly said it would be a few minutes. I very politely reassured her that she could take all the time she needed. About 5 minutes later, the first of the drivers came out and got into one of the blocked vehicles. I ignored him. A couple of minutes after that, another of the drivers came out. This one started their vehicle and honked their horn. Again, ignored. Several times. The pharmacy associate, finally, came out and sauntered up to my car. Cue total karma. When she scanned my order on her handheld and I swiped my card, the system crashed. She had to reset and try again. And the system crashed a second time, and then a third time. At that point, I decided that the point had been made and paid cash so she could go back inside, where the AC was probably cranked up to max. It may be petty and spiteful, but I had a smile on my face the rest of the day. I am security guard who used get cars towed for that behavior. I love seeing them scream. LOL, I bet you can't tow my illegally parked car, that's against the law. My husband is banging the secretary of the DA, he'll show you. Have to deal with this shit at my hospital job all the time. We have a designated area to pick up and drop off people. You're supposed to get them out, take them in, and go park your car and come back. We keep getting these morons who think it okay to just go in and leave the car blocking the road while they register and have their appointment and everything. No, that's not how it works, ass clown. Ugh. I work in an ER and our drop-off area is right next to the very obviously marked ambulance bay. The amount of people who block the ambulances, or try to pull into ambulance spots, is insane. I boxed in some asshat couple's truck with carts the other day while waiting for the bus at Walmart. They decided to pull up and park their truck half on the sidewalk, half in the bus lane, and go do their shopping. They were gone for a good 20 minutes before me and another guy waiting for the bus got the cart idea because the bus driver was gonna be mad and probably skip the stop altogether due to these jerks parking there. Took them another 30 minutes to come back from shopping afterward and they were mad, almost ran over one of the carts, but I moved it so they didn't. Mind you, the parking lot was pretty much empty because it was a weekday early morning. I used to work in grocery pickup at Wally World. I loved watching them get towed more than anything else in that job. It inconvenienced us too because they always took the good pickup spots, so our actual pickup customers had to park in the last, farthest spots. I never felt bad, TBH. Everyone thought I was the Karen. So at my work, we do charitable community outreach projects and I'm on the committee. My task for the Thanksgiving food drive was to ask at Food Lion, local grocery store chain, when they were putting out their food donation boxes. The boxes are filled with non-perishable food items and were around $5 the last time I looked into them. As we are getting near to the 1 month away point, I was expecting them to have put them out, but they hadn't. So I was wondering if they were doing it this year or not. So in my infinite stupidity given this day and age, I found an employee near the registers and asked if I could speak to a manager. Now I wasn't snotty about it, wasn't scowling or otherwise looking mean when I asked. I went up to the woman at the self-check and with a smile I said, "Excuse me, is there a manager I can talk to? I have a question about the food donation boxes." Someone only heard "Is there a manager I can talk to?" and started yelling, "Oh, shut the hell up, Karen." And every time I opened my mouth to try and defend myself and explain that I'm not being a Karen, this guy would berate me even more for being a Karen. Please, leave the poor girl alone. It's not her fault for whatever got your panties in a twist, or hey everyone? What do you call a guy who's acting like a Karen? Some people were even cheering this guy on. I left and went home, deciding that perhaps a phone call to the local store would be a better option. I did call and got a manager. I apologized for the commotion I caused and explained that I only had a question and was not complaining about anything. They said it was alright and that they weren't putting out the boxes until after Thanksgiving, since making sure people have food over the Christmas holidays is more their focus. I thanked them and that was that. Wow. Sorry you got run over by that other person. Totally not cool. People are getting crazier and entitled every day. It's getting out of hand at this point. I have a friend who works at the food bank. One of her jobs is to open the Food Lion boxes and throw most of it away. I'm sorry you were treated so badly. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.